Hello everybody and welcome to this very special episode of Draw with Rob. With me, Rob Biddulph. And this is a very special episode because this episode is
a Halloween episode.
That was pretty spooky, wasn't it? That's why I'm showing you the Draw with Rob Halloween book, because this is a Halloween episode. But first, let me introduce myself. My name is Rob Biddulph. I'm a children's author and illustrator. You might have seen my latest picture book. It's called I Follow the Fox. And it's all about this little boy here. Look, he's got two little fox toys, Big Fox and Little Fox. But one day, look, he's taking Little Fox and Big Fox out on his walk in the snow. But look, this morning I lost Little Fox in the park, and they look everywhere for Little Fox. Mum and Dad help, but they can't find him anywhere. And then it says, look, but we just couldn't find him, and now all I see is the space next to Big Fox where Little should be. So he's really, really worried. He can't find his toy, and he goes to sleep that night, and then suddenly in the middle of the night this beautiful fox turns up in the garden, and he's kind of like beckoning him outside. So he goes outside, puts his coat on, but he goes outside in his pajamas, and he starts to follow the fox through the nighttime city streets while it's snowing. And this fox leads him, and look, he ends up kind of flying, so we're not sure if it's a dream or not, but he ends up following the fox across the fields, under the viaduct, down to the hollow. Wherever she's headed, I surely will follow. And she is leading him somewhere because she needs his help just as much as he needs her help to find Little Fox. So it's a magical, slightly Christmassy book, so do check that one out. Maybe you have seen my Peanut Jones novels too. This is the second in the series of 3 called The 12 Portals, and I'm really, really proud of these books because look, oh look, go to Paris in this one, but you can see how many illustrations I have done in this book, and it's a very, very exciting story, if I do say so myself, all about a magic pencil and a little girl who finds herself in an illustrated world, and she needs to try and find her missing dad somewhere in this world. But as I said, we are here today to do a drawing together, a very special Halloween drawing together. Now, we've done lots of Halloween videos in the past. What have we done? We've done a vampire bat. I remember doing that one. We have done a witch's cat. We have done a pumpkin. We've done a skeleton. So we've done lots and lots of Halloween Draw with Rob episodes. And of course, in this book as well, we've got lots and lots and lots of Halloween activities, and of course, draw-alongs in here too. Things like werewolves, all sorts of things. But today, I thought we would draw a haunted mansion together, okay? So we're going to do, it's like a whole picture really, it's not just a little character. Quite often I just do little characters for you. But we're going to draw sort of a whole illustration today. It's a really, really fun one. Now, this is how Draw with Rob works, just in case you haven't watched one of these episodes before. Lots of people tell me they don't think they're good at drawing. I say, nonsense, everybody can draw. Some people just need a bit of help with the order that we draw the drawing in, which is where I come in, because we're going to break this drawing of a haunted mansion down into bite-sized pieces. That means I'll draw a little bit here, a line here, a shape there. Then you can pause the video. You copy what I do, start me up again, I'll draw a bit more, then you will copy what I do, then I will draw more, then you will draw, then I will draw, you draw, I draw, you draw, I draw, you draw, I draw, you draw, blah, 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 blah. And by the end we will end up with a very nice drawing of a haunted mansion. So, as I said, this one is a little bit more kind of involved than some of the others. Okay, but it's fairly straightforward, but you're just gonna have to follow me step by step and watch kind of carefully, okay? So, shall we start? I think that's the best thing to do. Let's just get on with it, shall we? Now, our drawing, we're gonna it's gonna take up most of this page. We're gonna sort of fill up virtually the whole thing once we finish colouring as well. So, let's start. We'll start down at the bottom, slightly right of centre, and we'll start with a nice, straightforward vertical line, like that. About 3 or 4 centimetres high. I'm going to go quite quickly with this bit because it's probably easier if you just kind of follow me. We're just going to do a little kind of straight line at a time. We're going to turn right 1 centimetre. Then we're going to go up diagonally, like so. Then we're going to go left a little bit. If you need to pause me, please pause me. Then we're going to go up, but I'm going to go slightly to the right at an angle here. Then we're going to go right again. Couple of centimetres out like that. Then we're going to go diagonally up again. I should tell you what we're doing now. I'm drawing a silhouette of our haunted mansion. That's how I'm going to start, okay? Because what we're going to do this drawing. It's going to be, I'm going to go down to the left like that. It's going to be like a silhouette, but we're going to light the windows as if they're kind of lit from inside. And then maybe in the windows we can draw some silhouettes of various kind of spooky characters that are inhabiting our haunted mansion. So we've gone down a bit there. Then we're going to go up again, like that. Then let's go up, we'll go up a bit diagonally this time. And then just for a bit of variety, why don't we do a little sort of curvy line here. Now the great thing about this is, the first time we do it, you're going to sort of copy what I do. But then if you decide to draw your own haunted mansion, you can kind of make up exactly what it looks like. Because that's the fun of drawing, just inventing things for yourself, okay? Because I'm sort of adding these roofs and these walls all kind of randomly myself. But you can do your own after we've done this. But let's do this one together first, shall we? So let's go horizontally now. We're getting towards the top of our page, so I'm going to need to sort of finish the top part of our mansion soon, because otherwise I'm going to run out of page. Let's do one more little tower. We'll go up just a little way, then we'll come out to the right, and we'll make this the highest part of our haunted mansion. So we're going to go up, and then we're going to go down, okay? That's going to be the very top tower part of our mansion. And the good thing about this particular spooky mansion, so I've just come right a little bit there, is that it's a bit higgledy-piggledy, because I want it to be a kind of like stylized, and so it doesn't matter if our lines aren't dead straight or they're not perfectly at right angles, because it's all going to add character to our spooky mansion. Let's come down again there, and then let's go off to the left. You are probably pausing quite a lot, that's absolutely fine. Then let's do another one of those curvy lines to match the other side. Then we'll go down a little bit like that. Then this time, what should we do now? Let's go down again there. I'm sort of looking at this side here and trying to match it a bit. Then we're going to go up. We'll go a bit higher on this side. Nice diagonal line up. Then we're going to do, let's do a long diagonal all the way down. So we're sort of level with that side. Then we'll go up a bit in there. It's super fun, this. As I said, feel free to do your own thing as well. We're going to come down and then level with that side. We'll come across here. Just a little tiny line like that one. Then we're going to go diagonally down there. Then we're going to come in here. And then finally, for this section, we're going to come down there. So there we go. We've created very quickly a little silhouette of our haunted mansion. Now, we want to put this I think we should put this mansion on a little kind of, we'll do it sort of raised up almost like on a hill. So what we'll do is, well, first of all, let's do we'll do like some little kind of step shapes coming down like that. So we can imagine that this mansion is kind of perched on top of a hill. And if that's not kind of high and spooky enough, we'll add a few little steps up to it too. So do some little zigzaggy lines like that on each side. And then let's just go sort of down as if this is the kind of hill it's sitting on. We're going to leave, I'm not going to go right to the edge of our page because I'm going to make a little frame for this one and do it like a little frame. And we'll do the same on the other side. So we'll sort of do a hill shape coming down there. I've gone a bit lower that side. Doesn't matter. That does not matter at all. Okay, so there's the main silhouette of our house. Now, as I said, we're going to colour this in, kind of just colour it in black, but we're going to leave lots of spaces for the windows. And in those windows, we're going to draw lots of spooky silhouettes. So let's draw our windows in now, shall we? Let's start at the top. We're going to do a round window in this little space here below that roof. So we're going to do a circle, and it kind of touches the sides pretty much, like that. I tell you what, let's add a couple more. I'm going to add a bit more to this. We're going to add a little kind of tower here. So what we do, in the middle of this diagonal roof, we're going to do a little line coming out like that. Then we'll do a vertical line going up. Then we're going to go off to the left a little way. And then we're going to do another sort of triangular bit here. Because I just think we can just keep adding to our mansion to make it spookier and spookier. We'll come down like that. A little curve in there. And then we'll join that back in. So we've added a little tower on that side. Let's add another one up here, shall we? So we'll go off to the left here. Then we're going to go straight up. We're going to curve around like that. Do another little triangular roof. We'll curve around like that. Then we're going to go straight down. And we'll just join it up with another little curvy shape like that. So there we go. I suddenly thought we just need a couple more little towers in there. So let's give them some windows, shall we? So we're going to add, in this one we'll add a nice long thin window like that, rectangular. We'll do the same on this side. It's a bit thicker so I can put mine a bit further inside like that. And it looks a bit sort of scruffy at the moment. Don't worry, we're going to colour it in and that's going to neaten everything up for us. Let's add 2 rectangular windows over here. We'll do one like, in fact we can just do it like this. We can just do like one big rectangular shape with a line down the middle. And you can be quite scruffy with this because, again, when we colour it all in, it will neaten everything up for us. Let's draw some circular windows. It's nice to add a bit of variety to our haunted mansion. Do one there, we'll do another one there, and let's do one over this way as well. So they're going to be 3 circular windows. And then in this section of the house, I think we can add lots of rectangular ones, sort of about that size. And it's quite nice if you make them a bit higgledy-piggledy, I think. So this will go up and down a little bit. Let's see if we can get 6 in. But there's 3, the different sizes and shapes. See, I'm going to get I've got a spare piece of paper here. I'm just going to put that there because you can see I've started to smudge a little bit. And I want to try and avoid a bit of smudging, my left-handed smudging. Do another one there. Am I going to get 6 in? I might do, yeah. Do a thin one in there. And then one more. There we go. So 6 rectangles there. Then we are going to do, we'll see if we can fit 2 thin ones down here in this section of the house at the bottom. 1, 2. Do 2 more over on this side. 1, 2. And then finally here we're going to do the front door. So we'll do a horizontal line like so. We'll do 2 lines going upwards, and then we're going to join this one in a sort of spooky gothic archway like that. Okay, I think this is going pretty well. So I'm going to actually colour this in now. Okay, so I'm going to colour all of these areas in with my brush pen here to make the silhouette of the house, okay, because I think that's a pretty good place to start. So let me do that in super speed mode and I'll see you back here in about 10 seconds with a coloured in silhouetted haunted mansion shape. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, let's go. Okay, so there is my coloured in mansion. Now I've done something a little sneaky here. I did a little bit of extra colouring. So you saw that I coloured it all in black first of all with my pen. Then I used my special watercolours. Here we go, I love watercolour. I mixed up some yellow, basically took my yellow watercolour and I painted the windows yellow. Now the reason I did that first of all, you don't need to use watercolour by the way, you can just use coloured pencil. Or you don't have to colour them in at all if you don't want to. But the reason I've done that now, before I've drawn, because obviously the windows are going to have kind of window panes and bars and all sorts of things over the top of them. But I wanted to do the colour first of all so that we can draw on top of the paint to make our nice silhouettes of the things that we're going to draw inside our haunted mansion. So that's why I did that in this order. So let's start drawing some bits and bobs, shall we? Now, I'm going to draw a couple of little kind of silhouetted characters, maybe 3, I think, that are inside my haunted mansion. But you can do as many as you like, and you can do whatever you like. But let's just go straight in. We're going to do like a Frankenstein character standing in the doorway. So the first thing you need to do is kind of a sort of rectangle shape. And this is going to be our Frankenstein's head. And can you see, because I've painted in the watercolour, my pen isn't going on to the paint brilliantly. I'm going to have a few goes at this. Sometimes it might not quite be dry. I tried to leave it to dry for a minute or 2 when I was in super speed mode, but I'm not sure it's totally dry. In fact, let's do this first of all. Let's go across there as well. So we're going to split this kind of doorway up into like a door section and then one of those little bits above the door. In fact, why don't we just do a little spider web design in here. So let's draw a line that goes up to the top, a line that goes straight across the middle, and then we'll do a couple of kind of diagonal lines like so. And then let's just add some little spider's web kind of curvy bits in between. Can you see what I mean? Yeah, it makes it a nice kind of spooky spider's web window design. There we go. That's a nice touch. So let's go back to our little kind of Frankenstein's monster character. So we've drawn that rectangle. Let's just do a little thin rectangle coming down. And we do a horizontal line for shoulders. And then what we're going to do, we're going to go straight down to the ground, like that. And then we're going to go straight down to the ground on that side. Can you see it's slightly getting narrower at the bottom? And then we'll just leave a bit of space down here and colour those in for legs. Again, I just every now and then I just have to clean the paint off my brush pen, like so. And colour in the chest and shoulders area. You see, it's just kind of taking the ink off a little bit. If you do this in coloured pencil, it might be a bit easier for you guys. You know, the yellow, I mean, the yellow bit, if that was in coloured pencil and not watercolour. Basically, I don't think I've quite left it long enough to dry. But there you go. So there is a little Frankenstein silhouette, and then we give him some arms. Nice big arms. So Frankenstein's monster is the one with the kind of square-topped head. We can even add some little fingers if you've got a very steady hand and a fine hand. There, and should we do him holding the door open with the other one? Sort of going off to the side like that, as if he's opened up the door to let us in to the haunted mansion. Just give him some ears, put him quite low down on the head. Make his shoulders a bit wider, I think, at the top. A very big monster, this guy. That's pretty cool, isn't it? There we go. There's Frankenstein's monster holding the door open for us. Now I need to decide where I'm going to put some of my other little ghostly characters. So first of all, I'm going to put one in this round window here, and I'm going to do a little ghost. So the ghost, we're going to do at a slight angle. So I'm going to draw like upside down U at an angle, like so. And then we're going to do at the bottom, we're just going to do lots of little bumps, 4, like that. This is like a classic cartoon ghost shape. And then all we're going to do is 2 little circles towards the top, like that. And then we do a little circle underneath them for a mouth. And then what we do, we just colour in around them, and we made a little ghost silhouette. Cute. To take. There we go. Little ghostly silhouette. So it's a haunted mansion. And then we could do, what should we do? Should we do a little skeleton character? Now you guys can do whatever you like. I keep saying this, but if you look at my other Halloween videos, you'll see lots of other spooky characters that you could just draw the silhouette of. But I think I'm going to have a go at doing a little skeleton here. So I'm going to start off with a shape like this. Now I'm doing it off to the side because I'm going to add some window bars in a minute. But we do a little shape like that for the skull. We leave 2 holes and a nose. And colouring around those. That's going to be the little skull of my skeleton. And then what we do, we're just going to draw a very simple skeleton. We're going to go straight line down. Then we're going to do the pelvis, like a sort of bow tie shape, like that. And you leave 2 holes in that for a simple skeleton, pelvis shape. Then we're just going to do 2 little lines coming down from there, 2 little dots underneath, and then carry them on down there for the legs. Ribs, we're just going to do 3 little lines on each side, like that for ribs. Do a little shoulder bone. And I'm going to do a line, a dot and a line, and that's going to represent a little arm. So it's just a very, very simple suggestion of a skeleton shape up there. And And you know what, that's all I'm going to do, I think, here in terms of characters. We are going to add some other bits and pieces around our house, don't worry, we'll make it even spookier. But you feel free to add as many as you want. But before I do anything else now, let me see if this pen, where's my brush pen? Let's just have a look and see if this goes over any better. Because what I want to do now is add the window frames. So I'm going to add, it just goes on nicely. I'm going to add 3 little horizontal lines there and 1 vertical. And you see, it's a window. Let's add a little cross in here, that round window. Nice and simple. This one we're going to add horizontal there and a horizontal there, and then just 1 vertical. Now this vertical, we have to do it going straight over the top of our skeleton, like that. So it looks like the skeleton is in the window. This one will make it like the one we did before, so we'll do 1, actually we can do 4, it's a bit bigger, isn't it? We'll do 4 horizontal and 1 vertical. And mix it into lots of smaller window panes, like that. These ones we're going to do the crosses, so we're going to do a cross going over there. I'm going to slightly cheat and just miss the eyes of our ghost so we can still read it as a ghost. This one we can do a bit thicker. A nice window frame in both of those. Simple crosses. This is such a fun one to do, I'm really enjoying this. These ones, we'll do 2 lines going across them all and 1 going up. So they make 6 window panes each, like so. Remember, keep them nice and higgledy-piggledy, like that. That's the thing with haunted mansions, they're always sort of a bit tumble down, aren't they? A little bit kind of scruffy looking. I'm just going to go over the top, and my yellow paint has just gone over the black, it's gone a little bit green, so I can just retouch around the edges like so with my pen, and hopefully when it dries it will all merge in nicely. And then these ones, we'll just do 1 horizontal line and 1 vertical line, I think, on these bottom windows, like so. Last but not least, this one down here. Look at that, this is slightly different, isn't it, this Draw with Rob episode? It's really fun. We're sort of telling the whole story with our picture here. So look, there's our haunted mansion silhouette. Now I'm going to add a few little bits. Now, I did something very cheeky in my video. I realised I wanted to do something else. So the stairs that we made as we drew, I've moved them out a little bit. So that's the good thing when you're doing a silhouette, you can just add on. So I just basically moved them over to the right on that side and the left on that side. And that's because I just wanted to add like a little kind of veranda shape here. So what I mean is we're going to draw a line that goes up to the roof. Then we're going to do a horizontal line that goes across back into the building. And we're just going to do lots of little vertical lines. So it's like a little veranda, it's like a little fence. Because I think this kind of house would have one of those. We're going to do the same on this side. So we're going to do a vertical line first of all, like so. A horizontal line like that. And then some more verticals. Like so. There we go. So we just made a little bit more detail. Speaking of more detail, we can add some little bits and pieces to the silhouette now if we want. For example, we can add little kind of pointy bits to each of these turrets. Little architectural Gothic details to just give the building a bit more spooky character. Like that. Should we do them here as well? We'll do them on all of the little spires. Just like little arrows really. As if they were made of, I guess they would be made of kind of iron in real life. And we can even add some to the edges of all these roofs. If we just come out a little bit like that, you can add like a little, you can make it a bit more detailed than these ones. We can do little sort of spirally bits. But again, feel free to do whatever you want. Oh, I'm worried about smudging. You see I'm doing such a lot of smudging. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to turn it upside down so I don't smudge. I'm going to draw this bit upside down and do it the same as that side, so at least I can copy. I'm going to go up, do the arrowhead like that, and then we'll add little swirly bits, like so, there and there. While I'm here, I'll do this one as well. So we'll do the bit sticking out, there's a lot of kind of repetition happening here, which really helps, I think, when you're drawing buildings. So if you look at an actual house or a building, you'll see lots of things on the second floor are the same as the things on the first floor. It's just kind of repetition that really adds to the believability of your drawing. Let's do some up here as well. We'll add just a little swirl there. We can even add almost like, you know, those things, those spiky things they sometimes put on the top of walls to stop birds landing on there. We'll do that there. We'll do the same over here. I think the owner of this mansion, he wouldn't want birds landing on his spooky mansion. Let's put a few little spiky bits along these sections like that. So all these little tiny details just add to the feeling of our drawing. We are still not finished. We are still not finished because what I want to actually, let's add another. Let's add one of these little swirly bits here. Be consistent. Go up there, arrowhead, swirly bit. There we go. I think that's all the swirly bits I'm going to add. Or we could add, why don't we add a little chimney up here? So we do come out to the right, then we'll go up like so. We'll do a little block. We'll add a couple of little chimney bits. Like so while I'm here. We might as well add some detail to the very top tower. 2. Out to the side, up we go, arrowhead, swirl. I hope you are following me. I hope you've been pausing and following along. So, there we go. Our mansion is really starting to take shape. Now, what I am going to do next is we're going to add a big full moon behind our whole mansion like that. So that's why it's silhouetted, because it's being lit behind by this huge full Halloween moon. Okay, so what that means is we leave a white circle behind and we're going to colour into the edges almost nice dark blue kind of colour, so a nighttime colour. I am going to do mine. I might do it with a bit of coloured pencil actually, but either way, maybe I'll do it, but no, I'll do it with a bit of watercolour as well. Either way, I'm going to go into super speed mode to do it. But basically what you need to do, you need to draw a circle first of all, like that, and then we're going to colour everything else around it blue and leave that circle white. Might be best to just watch what I do first before you start, okay, so you can see what I'm talking about. So I'll see you back here in about 10 seconds, okay? You ready? 3, 2, 1, let's go. Okay, so here we go. Here is my, so now hopefully you can see what I mean. So as you see, I've left a circle, a white circle of plain paper behind my silhouetted haunted house, and then I used blue watercolor and I sort of filled up the edges there, and then I went over the top of it with these nice big thick pencils here, which are for little tiny children, which I love using because you get this lovely kind of texture. And I don't know if you can see, but I've sort of followed the shape of the circle with my shading lines, and it just makes it all a bit more dramatic, and it pulls your eye towards the middle of your lovely drawing. Now we can add a few more little details. I mean, we've nearly finished. I've just left, you can just see I've left a little border around the edge of my picture. You can go right to the edges if you want, but I just quite like seeing these rough edges. If you look in some of my books, actually, I leave the kind of rough edges of my drawings on the actual pages of the book too, because I really like that kind of effect. I like it when you can sort of see behind the curtain of how an artwork is made. You know, it's nice to see that there's a human actually behind it. So now I'm going to add a couple more things. I'm going to add a little cat standing on this veranda. I'm going to use my bit of paper here because I do not want to smudge too much, but I'm going to draw a little spooky cat. If you have a look at my video number, let's see if I can find it here. It's called Witch's Cat number 123. Nice and easy one to remember. If you find video number 123, you'll see how to draw this silhouetted spooky cat. But this is how you do it. I'll show it very quickly now. So you do a little kind of cat's head with two pointy ears like so, and then we're going to do a nice kind of arched back coming right out the top of the head, just kind of like, this cat is like sort of screeching, going up on his or her legs. There's the back legs, there's the front legs, so it's a really kind of arched back, and then we'll do a nice spirally tail like so. So there we go, we have a little spooky cat down there. Then I'm going to add a few little bat shapes. We're going to have some bats flying in the moonlight. So this is how we do bats. We start with a little kind of teardrop shape here, like so. Then we're going to go out to the side in a curve. We're going to go around like that. And then this is the bat bit. We sort of do some bumps coming back into the middle. That's one wing there, which obviously we colour in nice and neatly. And we do the same on the other side. Curve up, curve out. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we colour that in too. And then we make a lovely little bat silhouette. And then add 2 pointy ears in the middle. There you go, nice easy bat. There you go. And then for the silhouette, if you sort of look at anything, actually, I think that needs to be a bit pointier or a different, slightly different angle, whatever. You can just work into your silhouette like so. I think I need to do another one. So I'm going to do another one down here. I'll go into speed mode to do this, so you don't have to watch me do it again. See you in a sec. There we go, a couple of little bats flying around our haunted mansion. What else can we do? I tell you what we can add. Let's add a couple of gravestones. Now, you're not going to be able to see these very well because they're kind of on the hill, but you know, if people look hard enough, they'll be able to find them. So just add a few little gravestone shapes coming out at funny angles. Even add a little kind of cross there. Make it a bit kind of spooky. We'll do some on this side. We'll start with a square one this time. Like that. Maybe add a few little designs here and there. Do a rounded one there, and I'll do a little round one there. There we go. So again, it's all just about adding little bits of detail here and there to our drawing. And do you know what? I think I'm going to leave it there. That is a fun drawing. That is a work of art. That is something cool to stick up in your window on Halloween itself, on the 31st. You can stick that up in your window. And it sort of says, because you know you have to do that, don't you? If you want to be a part of trick or treating, you have to put a kind of a pumpkin on the doorstep with a candle in it, and that lets trick or treaters know that you're playing the trick or treat game. And maybe you could stick this drawing in the window of your house or your flat too, and then everyone would know that your house is all right to be knocked on to do trick or treating. Or you could it's just a nice picture anyway, isn't it? It's just a really fun little spooky picture. Now we need to sign it. I haven't left much room to sign this, so I'm going to sign mine very small in this little gap down here. There you go. Subtle, but still it's important that we sign our artwork so everybody knows who has created this wonderful masterpiece. So there you go, that's how you draw your haunted mansion. Oh yeah, I forgot to, do you remember last year for Halloween we did actual drawings on actual pumpkins? Do you remember? That was fun, wasn't it? We actually got a pumpkin and we drew the spooky face on the pumpkin, or I think I drew that cat actually, the cat that I showed you how to draw. I drew that on the pumpkin too. So you could go and check that one out for Halloween. So you can, instead of carving your pumpkin, you can draw on it, and then we can recycle the pumpkins afterwards, and you can eat them, turn them into a nice pumpkin soup or something afterwards. That might be fun. But whatever, I hope you've had a nice time drawing this haunted mansion with me. It's a bit of a different one. We've covered almost all of our paper with it, but it's been a really, really fun one. I've really loved showing you it, and I hope you've had a good time doing it. Now, of course, I want to see your lovely haunted mansion drawings. So why don't you get somebody to take a picture of your drawing and then post it on social media using this hashtag here, DrawWithRob. That way I'll get to see it. If you're watching on Facebook, you can just comment below and with a picture of your picture, and that way I'll get to see it too. I really want to see these drawings. And don't forget what I said. You didn't, maybe the first time you've kind of followed my design, my haunted mansion design, but you could have another go at doing your own one. with little towers coming off to the side and various shapes and different windows and different silhouettes in the windows, more bats. Maybe you could do a witch on a broomstick flying above your haunted mansion. So have fun with it and do a few different designs, because as you can see, it's a very, very effective way of making a spooky picture, this kind of silhouette against the full moon design. So have a go at doing lots of different ones and send them all to me. I'd love to see them. What else? Yes, subscribe to my newsletter. Here we go. Here's the address you go to subscribe to my newsletter. That way you get sent news when a new video comes out. You get sent an email, when a new video comes out, and also when I am touring near you soon, because I'm on tour at the moment. You might have come and seen me already this autumn. Otherwise, there's probably still a few dates where you can come and meet me and I can sign your books for you. You can see my show. And also when there's a new video that comes out, you'll get a message saying, new video. You'll be the first to know. Also, if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel. That would be lovely. Apart from that, I don't think I've got anything else to tell you. You've got a little bit of time before Halloween, so have a lot of fun. Check out my Draw with Rob at Halloween book. There's loads and loads of fun things for you to do to make your Halloween even spookier. So check that one out. In the meantime, I'm going to be back very soon with another Draw with Rob episode. But until then, why don't you keep those pencils sharp and keep drawing, keep reading. And all that remains is for me to wish you a very
happy Halloween.
See you soon, guys. Bye-bye. Everyone, it's Rob here, popping up again at the end of your video, just in case you hadn't had enough of my voice. But the reason I'm here is because I wanted to tell you about my brand new Draw with Rob activity book. And this time the theme is
Halloween.
Pretty spooky, huh? And here it is. Here's the book in lovely fluorescent orange. And I'm very proud of it. It's absolutely jam-packed full of fun yet spooky activities for you to enjoy in the lead up to Halloween. What's in there, I hear you ask? Well, we've got lots of puzzle pages. Like this one here, we've got word searches. There are plenty of mazes, that sort of thing for you to enjoy. Loads of pages where I've started the drawing off and I need you guys to finish those drawings off. You can add the pumpkin faces to these pumpkins and you could colour these lovely ghosts in here. There are some face painting templates so that you can do your proper spooky face painting before you go out trick or treating. We've got a whole set of top trumps in here, spooky top trumps that you can cut out, shuffle up, deal out to your friends and play a game of spooky top trumps on the big evening itself. And of course, it wouldn't be a Draw with Rob book without plenty of draw-alongs. And as per usual, the pages are perforated. So once you've done your picture in those frames, you can tear the page out nice and easily and stick it up in your window. So all the trick-or-treaters that come to your house can see your beautiful artwork. So there you have it. The 6th Draw with Rob activity book, Draw with Rob at Halloween. And it's out now, available to order from wherever you get your books from. And I really hope you enjoy it. Don't forget to share any pictures you draw from the book with me using that Draw with Rob hashtag. In the meantime, I'm going to see you again very soon. Take care and watch out
for ghosts.
See you soon. Bye-bye.